How's it going, fellow traders? It's Magic Trader here, and this is the CFTC report for the data that was recorded on November 12, 2019. It is November 18 as we record this session, and as we always begin, let's start by taking a look at gold. Well, what do we have here with gold? So we know that the institutions have been profit taking for quite some time, okay, and it started back here in September as we were reacting from supply. So price dropped from supply as we were expecting it to, and then they went through a phase of increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing their long positions to keep price up here, pushing it up, taking profits, pushing it up, taking profits, and then we see the big drop. Okay, we see the big drop. And why the big drop? Well, take a look. Big drop in longs, 344,000 to 323,000. So this follows exactly what we were expecting to see in price. We've been talking about this for quite some time, and now you see that our analysis was right on the money. I mean, you see the big drop, right, from 370 right here, now down to 323. That's massive profit taking on long positions. So everything is playing out as we have been expecting it to. So right now we see prices stalling, but the big breakthrough down in price has taken place with this candle here. So we are expecting more to come in the near future. Now we go and take a look at oil. We know that oil's been ranging here for quite some time. We're lower on the range now. And take a look at this. Big decrease in shorts. That's quite telling. And if that continues, we might see this type of behavior again. Okay? Where many cells will be colored in red, or in blue I mean, and that will mean that short positions are cooled off. They're not focusing on them. Now remember what I've been writing in the EURUSD report. We do have evidence showing us that over time we're going to see a big push to the upside, likely going to take place. So we're going to be looking for evidence in the positions to support this theory, okay? And if positions get into the cooled off territory for shorts, then that will be one of the signs. But also we need to see this area break through, okay? This is holding price down. Once this breaks through, it'll open up the doorway for that push to the upside. So we are watching for that. Next we have the dollar, and we see the dollar rallied up from demand. This was exactly the area that we were expecting a move from, and this is what is taking place now. And if we take a look at their positions, so they closed off some longs and they closed off some shorts. Basically, they've been reducing their overall exposure on the dollar. Okay, we were in aggressive territory. Now look at this, cooled off. So their exposure is very minimal to the dollar. All right. If you look, the sentiment is still bullish. Net position is also showing us that it's still bullish. So we are we have expectations that price is going to go higher, but we do need for some key things to take place on this chart. So far, just lowered reduction, reduced exposure on the positions, still bullish. And that's what we are getting from this at this point. As for the Aussie, this one's an interesting one. Price was dropping from the descending weekly trend line. We know that we are responding from demand, but if you take a look here, they increased their shorts again. What are longs doing right now? Cooled off. They're not focusing on longs. Okay, they were focusing on profit taking, profit taking, profit taking again, and now we're starting to see an increase in those short positions again. So over time we believe price is going to be going lower, so we'll be watching for signs of how they're going to manage that in the weeks to come, because they're very aggressive with shorts. We've seen them profit take, but are they profit taking in preparation for a bigger move, or are they profit taking in preparation for a move higher? That's what we're waiting to see at this point. And next we go to the USDCAD. This one, they were getting aggressive with short positions, and then they became less so. aggressive. Okay, that came as price was rallying up here. So they took profits on those aggressive shorts that they had, and now look at longs, cooled off. So by looking at the positions, you wouldn't think that price was going to eventually go higher. Okay, you wouldn't think that. But remember, we're aggressive with shorts. All right, so it's likely we're going to see some profit taking, some more profit taking on those shorts, and then we'll see a push higher. It all depends on what the dollar does, because we're at a very pivotal moment with the dollar, where if that weekly demand holds and it facilitates a push to the upside, then we are expecting this to break and push upwards like that. If not, and it decides that it wants to go much lower, then we'll be watching for this area down here to break. So we're stuck in the middle, so it's best to just wait it out and see how it plays out. US Swiss franc, it's the same scenario. We got this and this. We need one of them to be taken out. You look at the positions, we're not seeing much here. The exposure is not very high. You see 27,000 to the long side, 12 to the short side, so obviously they're somewhat bullish, but the sentiment is telling us neutral. So that means we shouldn't be getting involved. So I am not getting involved with that pair at this time. As for the euro, we see a big drop here. That's because of the big rally up in the dollar that we saw. And we see as price was dropping, they increased longs from 164 to 170. And they also increased shorts from 224 to 227. Bottom line is long exposure jumps up 1 point. Nothing big to see here. Net positions, they are still in the negative, or bearish I should say, with their positions. But this here, I mean, look at all this. Very, very neutral sentiment. Okay, and demand, supply, we're stuck. Okay, lots of things can take place here. We can see a breakdown of this area and a push lower, or we can see this trend line break and a push higher. So at this point, it's best to just sit on the sidelines and wait to see what direction they want to take price. And once they do, then we can jump on board. As for the pound, when price was down here back in September, we knew that they were going to take profits on those short positions, which fueled a push to the upside, and that is what exactly is what has taken place. Now we see sentiment is neutral. So what does that tell us? The sentiment is neutral. Don't want to make any moves right now, but something very key is playing out here on the monthly chart, and we've spoken about this in the Forex Market Outlook videos and in detail in the EURUSD report, so watching for this to see how it plays out as well. Next, we got the US dollar Japanese yen responding to supply, and they increased longs from 70 to 78, and they pretty much did nothing with their shorts. So they're increasing longs, but that came as price was rallying up into supply, so that would make sense. We have that descending monthly trend line here also pushing down on price. So if the dollar wants to go stronger, this area needs to be taken out. And if the dollar wants to get weaker, this area will be used to help facilitate that drop. So we're watching this, we're watching the positions to see what is likely going to take place. But at this point, very difficult to speculate. Next, we have the Kiwi dollar. We see an increase in longs and we see a decrease in shorts. Not much. And again, we're in between zones here. So very difficult to see to say what's going to happen. I think longer term we're going to see a drop. But, you know, with profit taking from here and still very aggressive, it's hard to see price continue from these levels because they'd have to push back up to all-time highs, and then are they going to surpass those all-time highs and make shorts even more aggressive? We don't know that. We can't speculate at this time. So really just a good time to sit back and watch and see what direction they want to take things. And when they start making those moves, then we can jump on board. All right. So again, that's your Forex Market Outlook. I shouldn't say Forex Market Outlook. That's your CFTC report for the data recorded November 12, 2019. If you have any questions, you can reach us at www.whiteoakfx.com. Until next time, have yourself a great week and see you later.